be followed by Amy Canava.
Okay, so this is a first for me. So I'm a little nervous, I apologize. So I'm Teresa Ryan. I work for LCPS as a school counselor. The first thing I wanted to say was thank you for your leadership and your intention to expand protections for all of our students and staff. Leading by example is an integral part in providing for a climate of success. Thank you for your commitment to provide a safe and secure learning environment for all students and your intent to model and set clear guidelines of professional ethics and how we interact and should interact with each other as professionals and as staff. Having protections be specifically stated provides objective directions for staff rather than a more subjective interpretation. For example, being colorblind, race blind, gender blind is really saying we don't see you. And I think as it's so important for us as staff and as a community and as a school that we tell people that we see them, that we tell all different people, classes of people, whether it be race, gender, ethnicity, that we see them. And I think how we treat our staff has everything to do with how we also treat our students. As a school counselor, it is a big part of my job to advocate for my students, to stand up for those that are bullied and mistreated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amy Canava to be followed by Lita Brown.
Hello, my name is Amy Canava. I am co-chair of the National Association of School Psychologists LGBTQI2S Committee, the Vice President of PFLAG Winchester, a crisis counselor for LGBT youth, and a school psychologist in the metro area. That is how I've become accustomed to introducing myself, because until June 30th of this year, I wasn't allowed to affiliate myself with the county I worked for, despite being an expert in the field. You may not remember me, but in June you signed my voluntary resignation. Students, staff, and parents knew me as a vocal advocate for LGBT youth, and that is why I'm here tonight advocating. I teach my students that the law protects them retroactively, but not in the moment. And as it stands now, LCPS does not protect LGBTQ persons at all, because the policy doesn't apply to them, further perpetuating justifiable feelings of being unseen, unheard, ignored, and unvalued. The policy should protect all persons, but also the persons that advocate for them. What kind of a message are we sending to students when the staff members they could look up to and relate to have to hide? We won't truly know how many are affected until everyone feels safe at school to be who they are. I beg of you to protect a group of students I have spent the last 10 years fighting for, and I beg of you to protect the staff that protects them. I remind you that as a system, the cost of replacing staff is exponential. And my hope is that this policy leads to protections for students as well, because you can't afford to lose another LGBTQ